Okay, so these fallen trees are the entryway to our ohia forest. Okay, you will see a lot more ohia trees in here, but I want you to know, once again, when you're thinking about how the forest is set up, you have these stalwart trees, which are the big ohias. Later on, we'll see some koa trees and some other things. Those are, to me, those represent the Hawaiian culture. They represent Hawaii. Those are the things that we want to hold on to. And all these other trees around it, you'll see tons of these strawberry guava trees. That should be it. Anyway, but you'll see other things. This is a baby koa tree. The leaves will look different as it gets bigger. But you'll see a lot of these invasives coming around. And that's, to me, is like all the other voices that you hear trying to encroach on what has been established. And as teachers, a lot of times, we all have great ideas. We do. But especially when you're talking to your students, a lot of your students, if their families have been here for generations and generations, they have a certain way of doing things. And a lot of times, if you encroach on those beliefs and try to impress your own on them, you're going to lose them. You know? So you lose that stalwart tree in the forest by trying to introduce new things. You know? So as someone who's not as old as I keep on making myself out to be, you know, I have ideas too. But sometimes my ideas aren't going to be what works. I need to go back to, you know, what's been established. So just keep that in mind, because especially when you're looking for relationships, everybody knows, if you've been teaching, you've got that one local boy who is always going to talk about hunting and fishing and not listening to you. There might be something to his culture that we need to, you know, attach ourselves to, so that they feel like you're respecting their beliefs. And that'll make it a lot easier for them to accept what you're trying to tell them. You know, because I was that kid. Yeah, so
it's medicinal.
So you'll see a lot more of the ohia trees.
Yeah, I don't really go. I try to myself because I got a plan over the farm. Oh, okay. Were you asked before, or do you have? Oh yeah. And then I was teaching it.
Because, you know, you gotta take care.
No. Everybody always say that, and I always say, just because I'm from Waianae, it does not mean I am that person.
That is true.
But not everyone.
I totally agree.
Oh.
But I'm also saying that I'm sure that people don't see it.
Huh?
I'm taking it that people don't ever cross me. Like,
Yeah.
Water, there's water in there.
I know, I remember when being a little kid, my grandma had in the yard, and it was like the most pretty thing. The colors and smell.
There you go, water.
Yeah.
Now, this was a project by Mr. DeCosta back in the day. This tree, before COVID, they had cleared most of the ginger out of here, and they had planted palo. But after COVID, nobody really took care of it. And I'm not going to say that tourists come here and try to pull the palo and eat them. What I'm saying is I found the tops of the palo on the side, which upsets me, because if you don't pull them, you might as well replant them. But you'll see every so often some guy will come out scratching like this, because he didn't realize you gotta cook the palo before you eat it. And they'll just pull it and try to eat it and get all itchy. And I think for that is bachi.
Flea bait. Ribe?
Bane, B-A-N-E.
Ribane.
Yeah, I'm trying to write down as much as I can. How many students do you have?
12.
Mother lawn.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see it fell down, and you can see all of these plants are starting to grow off of it. This one is the ginger. That's the one we
Can
want
pull
to
'em.
Pull it out.
get out of there. But you'll see there are other things that are growing on it. You know.
The moss so pretty.
Yes.
Hang on, can we get like the group to center around?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you go down toward the middle. Yeah.
There you go.
I thought I talked loud enough.
They can see. You can see.
We're going to talk about this. This is like I said, this is a perfect example of a mother lawn. So, and you'll see that all these plants are growing off of the wall. Unfortunately, if you look down here, you'll see all of the tubers from the ribosome from the Tahiti ginger. That's something we don't want. But the cool thing is, this right here, with this little cluster of 3 leaves,
It's Miley.
is your baby mite.
Oh, sorry.
You know,
The baby Miley?
Baby Miley.
so you can see all the leaves cluster in the field.
Yeah.
This is not Miley.
So
No,
This
you
is
can pull 'em.
ginger.
there are some good things growing on the mother lawn. They're not all bad.
Take
But
out the ginger.
because we have so many
Yeah, time to
invasives
jump
now,
on.
you start to get kind of bad stuff.
This is bad.
Like I said, berry one.
But the
Gotcha.
strawberry guava I'm pulling, right?
Yeah.
And the
Open
ginger.
the forest.
Yeah.
You pull in Miley,
Yeah.
you're not gonna
Look
judge
at, cause
much.
like even all
They're all over.
Just a tiny. If you
Nice.
pull in Miley, you gotta ollie your way out.
you know what the spring is before?
Uh huh.
That'll be a good thing. Right,
They
these are
will
all
love
good
that.
things. Okay, the leader ahead.
I think he's
You
gonna.
don't want to come in front?
No, you're good.
Then I have to stay in the middle so that
When
I
you're
can talk to
talking.
everybody.
Ah, okay.
Follow the leader.
That's a trail.
I
Yeah.
don't even leader.
I can't. Because
To hear your words of wisdom.
he's a firm believer in no child left behind. Closing the achievement gap.
Yeah.
Developing grit.
Now we know when we go somewhere else again. Pull those out. Pull those out.
All of this not good.
Ah,
Not good.
the house that my husband bought. There's have huge diameter of roots of ginger.
What kind of?
White ginger, red ginger.
That's not too bad.
That
These
one.
ones are-
Oops.
This is the kahili one.
The
White
red
ginger.
one.
White ginger is good.
How about
This
the
is
red
white
one?
ginger?
Red one is good.
Are we
They're
stopping?
not like that. Oh.
Because I'm listening for
They
this
still
bird.
grow though, right? The red ginger, yeah. Just pull them out.
You hear that? You hear that bird? That's an elephant.
What is it? Elapayo?
Elephant. Which means, so the thing about the elephant is elephant typically inhabit the coal forest. So if you're hearing them here, that means that we're close to the coal forest. Right now you still see the ohia trees. Elephant are
strawberry
very
guavas.
friendly. You can actually call them to you. Whistle their name. They'll come by. They'll follow you around.
So we're near in Koa
You're
trees.
doing really well.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's it, yeah.
No, we have.
Anyway, keep on going.
Keep on.
Through. Okay.
Hey Joel, is this the ant
Photoshop.
tree from Lord of the Rings? Is this
Mhm.
over here, right?
I don't know. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this
branching.
was,
It looks like an ant from Lord of the Rings.
This was featured in a movie.
No, so
Tolkien's imagination.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
That was a huge ohia tree.
Yeah.
Just disappeared and left the new tree over.
Did they move?
Or it could be erosion too, right? Soil erosion, no?
Not as much.
Not as much.
Yeah.
That's a big tree. Oh yeah, like look at the size of this.
Oh, I think
Now,
taking a selfie with
if you guys
It's
look,
a group.
there's
Oh,
another.
the tree that.
Yeah, so that I get the
If you
group.
look, Musa, there's another large tree over there.
Yeah.
That is the second most important tree in the forest.
Okay.
That's a koa tree.
Oh, welcome to the Koa Forest.
Which one? This one is koa tree? This one? Is that koa tree?
Oh, here.
I'm gonna get an every
Korea or koa? I cannot see the leaves. I can't tell.
Yeah, I just want to see.
That's why.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
I don't know whether I'm coming back.
Here, let me take a photo of you with the tree. Yeah, I'll take a selfie. Come on,
Oh, this one is
Here,
koa.
here, Bala, give me. If you guys go around here, I'll take a picture.
No,
Big koa tree.
spider. That looks like a widow. Yeah, you might want to back away from the tree a little bit. Anyway,
Long,
if you get
long,
bit,
long.
you're in trouble. Tree throughout history is the most important wood in the world. So if you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, Noah's Ark was made out of acacia. The Ark of the Covenant was made out of acacia. This is a native acacia, only found in Hawaii. It's one of the most expensive woods in the world. They sell it by the board foot, which means that when you buy a piece of koa, you typically are buying it 4 inches by 12 inches. That board will cost you $80. So, very expensive wood.
Starting 80.
Yeah, starting.
Yeah.
If it's curly, it costs more.
Mm-hmm.
Koa has some very good properties to it. It doesn't really rot. This is why the Hawaiians would use the koa tree for their canoes and their surfboards. As big as this tree is, they wouldn't use this for a canoe because it has branches coming off. They want koa that are perfectly straight. So there was a man called the Kahuna Kalaiva'a. He was a guy that figured out which trees were good for canoes. And what he would do is he would bring up redfish and taro and sweet potatoes. He would camp out by whichever koa tree he thought it was good, and he would sit there for days looking for elepaio. If the elepaio landed on the tree, that means that the tree wasn't good because there's bugs in it. So then he'd move on to the next tree. And then after that, he would take his adze, which was a little stone axe, and he'd mark the tree by cutting around it, and then everybody would come up and help him bring the tree down the hill. Okay? So at this point, I'm sure most of you guys have heard the Ikua Mau Mau Oli.
Ku mama akua.
That's literally the Oli for bringing the log down the hill. So when Kali Hill School used to do it, I would always joke that, oh, I'm going to make a canoe and bring it down. But one of the most important trees in the forest, once again, if you look, unlike the ohia trees they're just covered in moss, this one still has, but it's more just towards the edges. So it does still help our watershed. It does still help shuttle water into our aquifers, but not quite as well as the ohia trees. If you would like to follow me over here, and the reason why we're walking over here is because of the leaves.
Oh, there's one
And that's
tree down.
So, when the koa begins its life, it has different types of leaves that it has as it gets older. So, if you look at these leaves, this is why we have another plant down the hill called halekoa, because its leaves look almost exactly
Yeah.
like this. Young koa trees look like this as they age. Let's see if I can find one over here. Yeah. So, as the koa tree ages, the leaves become more of the sickle shape that you normally see. Koa tree leaves are technically not leaves, they're small branches. So eventually those sickle shapes will roll up and turn into the different branches on the koa tree, which makes that kind of a very interesting type of plant. Modified stem. The
This is science.
the nice thing about this area is you can see from baby stage to adolescent stage to teenage stage to Mr. Kwate stage. And then the big magnificent one over there, that's the spirit of this area of the forest, Shannon Berkeley State.
Yeah. What about, and so that one, that's a koa, downed koa.
Yeah, this is a koa tree that fell down.
So this and that.
And then
Um,
that's the end.
This plant right here,
Is the phone.
which I almost made the mistake of saying was something it's not. This is an invasive fern. This is an Australian tree fern. And the way you can tell is all of them little hairs on the stem. If you get those into your skin, you're not going to have a good time. One of the things that helps you determine whether or not something is native or invasive, native plants typically have no defenses because they didn't need to have defenses. So a lot of the koa trees, the only defense they have is they're hard. Or anything that has thorns or prickles or weird scents that hurt you are typically not native. Okay, but once again, this is something that somebody brought for decoration because it is a pretty fern. Probably had it in a planter somewhere. Somehow it got out, and
Yeah,
now it's in the forest.
The spores.
You know, so
Spreads it fast.
yeah. So we will keep on walking towards that direction so we can get to the big.
So this is the baby koa tree. Baby koa tree.
There's berries. We saw some berries on the floor.
Yeah.
What are they?
Gonna eat it.
No, don't eat it.
50 people left.
Okay, well, I don't want to get parasite.
These are my farm shoes. I bought
You gotta
tennis
get it.
shoes, and when I pulled in, I'm like, oh no, I'm wearing my boots, and I took my tennis shoes off.
I just tasted it.
Plus, I sprained my ankle in November, so these really are good for the ankle support.
Okay, so just remember when you make it to the sign, Berry Flats is this way.
Kuuka. Oh,
This one takes you to all the private properties. So if you go that way, you're going to end up in someone's backyard. Not the best thing in the world.
So what is
According to the leaves, that looks like a Korea tree. Korea is what? Korea is one of the Hawaiian hardwoods they used to make copper handles out of.
I think this is koa. Yeah, probably. But it should not. Let's see. Maybe this is koa. Yep, that's koa. Probably. 100%. This is another koa. Oh my goodness. It's so big.
It makes it too bad. So white, like watch out.
Oh, there's a doggy. Poor doggy.
You gonna hop in the photo?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much. Hi. He's confused.
Yeah, you know, I made a video with all of the Hawaiian and scientific names, and quickly forgot all the scientific names and remembered all the Hawaiian names. Yeah,
Those are pine trees. I mean plum trees. The one that was
all the ones that look like they're dead.
look like dead.
Those are the plum trees. Yep,
So they're dormant right now.
this right here, that's a koa tree that fell down. So the Napaka, the scientific name for that is stable. I remember that one.
Napaka.
That's my. And then this is all the young koa.
Like Girl Scout.
Oopsie.
My car was smoking this morning. I drove to the grocery and smoke was coming out.
Uh-oh.
So I took it to the car people. So the other day on Friday with the kids, I was like, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I'm gonna blow a gasket, and then I went to the car place and they were like, your gasket. Guys. Gorgeous. It's like the Hobbit.
I wouldn't eat any of the mushrooms that you find up here.
Just take this.
Hey, we're almost to the area where we're gonna stop.
See the baby. I just wanted to get it to the wow, this is ginger. Look at this
We'll
ginger.
stop
I
at
need
the
that.
really big koa tree that's down there.
I want the ginger.
All gone. Oh yeah, give me the
Follow it all
shot.
the way out, you'll end up at a
Nah, you can have it. I feel bad. out of boredom.
We're not going that far.
You gotta leap over it, Bella. It's like a hurdle. Oh no.
Excuse me. Trip.
Be careful, guys. Oh no.
Really?
Yeah, you should be careful. You know what? I like the backpack. Oh, that was too scary.
The pig loves this. Now it's all ginger.
No, isn't that terrible?
Mm-hmm.
That it's
It's
so,
like chokes everything.
yeah. God.
Gosh. It's a koa tree. It's big. I think it's koa. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see.
The sickle, you know how it has a sickle? Oh, it looks not a sickle.
Are we going back the same day?
Ask Joel what Joel is, because the leaves don't look like the koa.
Let's look. Eucalyptus. That looks like an eucalyptus tree.
Mr. Kawate,
Yup.
is that a koa tree?
Nope.
No.
What is it?
What is it?
Looks like a cypress tree to me.
A cypress?
Yeah. It could be the one Monterey cypress that's out here.
Wow.
Mmm. Giant. All right. Whoa. It is so slippery. Wait a second. Take your time.
Wherever they are.
It's so interesting that I don't see pig holes
Probably not on the trail. Probably all in
over there. You're getting deep. Oh, water. Ooh, shoots. We're gonna be in a water trail over here. Put this away.
I don't know whatever you guys think is the best.
Spider girl, spider girl.
Well, I don't know if like maybe
It's moving.
this is just a little bit wavy.
Or on this side and then
I wonder if here. What do you guys think about going this way?
Oh.
I'm gonna go this way. I'll go this way. Hmm. It's like iris. Yep, it's iris.
I don't understand why they don't just put out bins for us to put our cardboard and paper in. I don't understand why they don't just put out bins and just.
100%.
Hey, last one, I need them at my house.
There's another stream over there. Gosh, that must be so clean. More water. Holy moly. Oops, I got wet. Oh boy, my foot is wet now. It's okay. Ooh, berries! You're almost ready. Maybe 3 more weeks. I'm waiting for that. I love your shoes, look.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was too much.
I think
but I'm
that's
glad I
perfect.
wore 'em now.
Yeah, perfect. Oh my golly. Look at that. This one too is the same. Ooh. It's a pine tree.
Oh yeah.
It looks like, because of the leaves. In the trunks, there's a lot of yeah, it's the same. Maybe this is the papa one.
This looks like, yeah. I know.
So, it's the wool tree.
It's the what?
The wool tree.
Whoa.
Yeah, 'cause you stand underneath it, look up and go,
Whoa.
the nice thing.
Whoa tree.
That's a climbing tree.
Looks like a great climbing.
Yeah. So once you get to this area, this is where the reforesting happens. So you go from the native forest to basically all the type of trees that you'd see in the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I was planning on stopping for lunch because it's nice and cool. Yeah. So this is where we're stopping to eat. 'Cause it's nice
I
and cool.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
Japanese cedar trees have a very interesting. They create a problem because they do absorb a lot of water. But the cool thing is, I don't know if you guys realized that when you walked in here, and this is why this is typically the lunch area. It's cooler.
Mm-hmm.
They absorb so much water that they actually drop the temperature around them by about 5 degrees.
What's the name of this tree?
The Japanese cedar. Some
Japanese
people
cedar tree.
call this
Cedar
the
tree.
Sugi pine. Yeah, which is why we have Sugi Grove because they have a lot of these trees, but it's actually a Japanese cedar.